will be home against the Suns. That will complete this 4-game homestand. And the wide open shot from Rose. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
You got to get going.
Yeah, you've got to make sure your feet are set when you set those screens, or they're going to call that on you.
Well, I thought maybe he was set. I know that's a difficult call to make, but I think they might have missed that one.
Whiteside's checked in for Chicago. Jay Crowder comes in for Mirotic. The Hornets also with a sub. Batum's checked in. Fade away. This all no good.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Last season, the Bulls were a tough matchup. Solid margin of victory for them and never looked overwhelmed, Clark.
Yeah, you know what? They're a team that's even-keeled, the type of team that can win anytime they take the floor. They have a system that works and good talent, and actually excellent talent to make it special. And that combination is a winning one. They're perfectly content to keep going to that mid-range jumper. If the defense is going to give it to them, they'll take it all day.
And it's about getting open looks, and they've used that and that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Rose with the ball, and it's Lynn picking him up. Rose goes in. That pushes it to double digits. And now it's an 11-point Bulls lead.
A big part of this run here has been their ability to hit from mid-range, guys. I mean, that's unique.
And a lot of teams shy away from that mid-range, but if you can get them off of rhythm, then you can have success.
Charlotte calls timeout.
You know, I thought Charlotte went to their bench as much as most other teams last season. Those guys ate up time for the starters, but weren't nearly efficient scoring the ball as you might want them to be.
So for the Bulls, Portis, he's checked in for Gasol. Morrow comes in for Butler, and it's Rivers in for Rose. Charlotte also making some changes. Kaminsky, he's checked in for Jefferson. Hansbrough comes in for Cody Zeller, and it's Kemba Walker in for Lamb. Rivers against Lamb. On the wing, Batum. Just 5 on the clock. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Batum's got 5. For the Hornets last season, their bench was weak at times. They just couldn't really score that well.
And the Hornets bench was the only bench to shoot under 40% from the floor for the season.
Here's Morrow, defended by Lynn. Nice shot by Portis. Portis has got his first bucket of the night.
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And, Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
And they can guarantee this is the last possession of the quarter if they hold it.
And I'm guessing that's exactly what they're probably going to do here.
Walker at the elbow. Back to Lynn. 16 feet away. He knocks it down right at the clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Bulls out front. They lead by 8.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. And, Shaq, what did you see out there from the Bulls?
You know what, Ernie, I got to stand up on this one. I salute to their bench. Man, once the starters came out, man, the others just came to life. You got to love seeing that kind of contribution come from the others. Man, they look beautiful tonight.
Looking at Charlotte, Kenny, your thoughts?
Can this team please get fired up on defense? I mean, get angry, get...
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway.
What a game for Rose. He has 8 points and some good assists, too. 4 of them. The assists have been coming for him, along with putting some numbers up from the foul line, too.
Yeah, I love the unselfishness and then also the tremendous focus that's been on display.
Tipping off the second half. Here's Steve Clifford's 5. Zeller and Jefferson are inside. Kemba Walker is out there with Jeremy Lamb. And it's Batum in at the 3 slot.
And for Big Al Jefferson, he's been a great player in this league, but he hasn't played on that many great teams, and he's never made an all-star team. Hard to imagine.
Hornets trail by 6. Over in the corner, Batum from downtown. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Stolen by Walker. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Walker's running, poked away, and out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
Looking here at some numbers for Batum. His last 10 games, he's putting up about 5 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And really for him, it's about putting in the work and improving his game.
Yeah, and I think he wants to. It's one of those things where you either want it or you don't, and he does.
The Hornets shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Rose with the block. Crowder kicks to Whiteside. Feeds to Butler. Fires for 3. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 5 assists in the game. Hornets trail by 9. Walker dishes to Lamb. Outside, Walker. Pass to Jefferson. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
So for the Bulls, Joakim Noah is checked in for Whiteside. Mirotic comes in for Pau Gasol. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Jay Crowder. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Kid Gilchrist, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. Well, what a season it was for Mirotic last year. Came on stronger for the Chicago Bulls. Continued to improve. Effective in the playoffs. Really a joy to watch in his first year.
And interesting, so much hype going into the season was about Dougie McDermott.
Yes.
And whether or not he was going to be in the running for Rookie of the Year. It ended up being Mirotic. Most years, he could have walked away with that award.
The baseline J. It's rebounded by Noah. Noah's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
It has not been an ideal start to the second half. They've missed 3 of their first 4.
Noah the screen. Rose kicks to Butler. A clear look for Hardaway. Zeller grabs the board.
For Mirotic, he was most valuable late in games, guys. From March on, he led the league in 4th quarter points per game.
Kid Gilchrist the pass to Lamb. Here's Walker. Charlotte no good that time either.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure. And for that note about Mirotic, in the 4th, he outscored LeBron and Westbrook that month. That's impressive for any player, much less a rookie.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on, yet he's made it and made it big.
And the foul on Al Jefferson. That's his first foul.
And you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Bulls making a switch here. Portis is checked in. Hansbrough's checked in for Charlotte. Noah the screen. Passes it to Mirotic. Here's Morrow, defended by Lynn. Noah dishes to Mirotic. Clock at 6. Puts it up from 12. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Mirotic has got the lead up to 13 now for Chicago. And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. went to a junior college, then Marquette, now in the NBA. So he played his freshman year at a junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much, Greg, a part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there. And most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart was there. He blocked out the distractions and finally transferred to a major college and worked his way into becoming a first-round pick.
Morrow kicks to Rivers. Noah the screen. Mirotic against Hansbrough. Here's Morrow. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Mirotic. No good on the triple. Hornets trail by 13. And here comes Walker, leading the fast break. A nice shot by Lynn.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
We've got 22 seconds left in the third quarter. Poked away. It's stolen by Kaminsky. And a fast break now for the Hornets. And Kid Gilchrist gets it to go in. There's 10 seconds left to play in the third. Now Rivers. From past the arc. No good on that last second attempt there. The third quarter comes to a close. And the final period of play just about to start. The Bulls leading by 9. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. So the Bulls 5 right now. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. Jay Crowder out there with Pau Gasol. And it's Whiteside in at the 5 spot.
And the transition defense now, guys, non-existent, invisible.
Yeah, 3 straight fast break buckets here. The D seems to be sleepwalking.
Rose kicks to Whiteside. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line.
That's his second personal.
And Hassan Whiteside of Miami had the breakout year of all breakout years. Clark, he blew up in the right way last season. Averaged a double-double over 48 games.
Yeah, and great to see for Whiteside because he did have some issues prior to the breakout year, and it's nice to see him find his stride and produce with that awesome talent he has.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page. And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
Did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
And talking about Whiteside, he isn't completely out of the woods yet. I mean, after a couple of ejections last season, his teammates publicly condemned his actions.